Taking a short break from cleaning the shelves. We got through half of them, and we are resisting our urge to look through all the cool stuff like this cool wooden thing for mixing and cooling sushi rice, and this somewhat terrifying looking massage chair. As it stands, we're just throwing away some things and sorting it into combustible and non-combustible. Anything that looks immediately like we can toss it. But right now we're just trying to get everything off the shelves so we can clean them.
Okay, a brief recap of our day one cleaning the garage. And it doesn't look like we made a whole lot of progress, but as often is the case with cleaning projects, it has to get messier before it can get cleaner. So we went to clean the bookshelf, or not bookshelves, but the shelving unit in the back of the garage, and we realized that it was a lot dirtier than we thought. The shelves itself, and there had possibly been something living back there. So we have to fully dismantle the shelving unit, take a bunch of lumber off it, move all of that outside. We're about 2/3 done with that. So tomorrow we'll come finish that and then start moving it back in. Once we have that back shelving unit clean, that will be the first fully clean area in the garage. At that point, we'll start sorting and cleaning all of the rest of the items. We haven't really been going through these boxes yet, as Evan already mentioned, but one thing I'm happy with is that we do actually have a lot of boxes. And some people might look at this and think, well, that's a whole lot of cardboard to recycle. But actually, I look at that and see it as very convenient sheet mulch. So it's nice that it's all compact and all the boxes are the same size. So this is actually a really good start on a cardboard collection for future sheet mulching once we get the gardens going. And that is the end of day one. We are on our way to the onsen for the first time.
Alrighty, beginning of day two, and we're off to a bit of a late start after a lovely breakfast at one of the local cafes. As you can see, we got more than half of the crud cleaned off. Unfortunately, these shelves are not really shelves, we discovered. They're, first of all, not really attached to the surrounding structure, which is a bit of a bummer. And the flat parts we thought were shelves were just wood that had stuff stacked on top of them. So we were getting through the wood. Most of it's pretty disappointing wood. Down here there was a medium-sized mammal living, and so we're having to clean up the remnants of that, so that's pretty gross. So today we're just mainly getting rid of the rest of this wood. We hope to get through all of this stuff today. I'm gonna have to figure out where to put this table for a minute, and that should be enough for us today.
I just want to point out very quickly that I am actually relieved that we decided to jump in here at the back, because this is the dirtiest part of the garage. So by cleaning this and then creating a shelf space for us to organize things on is really necessary. And we thought at first, well, maybe we could just, brush things off. But no, we actually have to dismantle this thing until we make it all the way back down to the corner to be able to clean this entire space out. And we're realizing that it's, the layers of stacked wood on each shelf is basically the perfect breeding ground for, not only the medium-sized mammal to live in, but this is where all the spiders are living and procreating. So I am anticipating it getting even more frightening as we get down closer to where the animal lived and potentially these spiders are coming from.
Halfway through day 2, and we've got all the shelves cleared off, and you see we ended up taking out most of them because apparently down at the bottom where they hit the concrete, they don't have any kind of a footing, so they've just been slowly rotting away and sinking, which is causing them to pull out of the little joint that they're made to fit into. So apparently these guys are an aftermarket job, they're not structural, so we don't have to worry about taking them out. And we're gonna use these tables that are right here instead to put stuff on in the meantime. And so we got everything swept out, about 6 inches of animal droppings across the whole back. And now we're just giving it a thorough bleaching before we put stuff back here and do the same on the rest of the garage. And that's the end of day 2. Make some good progress. So we got this back of the shed all cleared out and cleaned out. We're starting to move the appliances back there just to make room for everything. We cleaned off those crates that they're sitting on and gave everything just a little scrub down. Jury rigged some shelves out of the remaining shelving unit. And now we're just going to start cleaning this stuff and shoving it back into the corner so that we can get the house stuff out and shove it on top of it. Day 3 of cleaning, and we've managed to clear a little clean spot back there. So we're going to actually start to look at some of this cool stuff and sort out anything that looks like it's worth using, fixing, or donating, and we're going to clean it and put it back there. Otherwise, we're going to separate it into burnable and non-burnable garbage and take it to the dump later. So we're looking through this stuff, finding some cool things we can use, particularly some really nice tools. Even some of the clothes are okay that have been wrapped in plastic bags to keep them from becoming soiled. This entire box of ceiling tiles, though, is not going to be something we're going to use because every single one of them has a corner chewed out of them. Day 4, working on cleaning out the garage. We had a real productive day yesterday, finding some cool stuff, feeling good about it. So we're going to start today with a little tour of some of the cool stuff we found. Starting with these tools here. A couple of cool axes. That one's pretty busted up, but we will fix it. Bunch of shovels. Bunch of shovels. Oops. Cool water thing, keeping your water hot. And this great hat. Osaka 1990 International Garden and Greenery. Some other tools we found were cleaning them and putting in this crate. Ball peen hammer, smaller hammer, tire pump, couple of jacks off of a K-truck, I presume. Can never have too many of these. Some great vintage radios. This one's still in the box. What else? Look at that mallet. I always wanted one. Some great cookware and other ceramic stuff scattered all over the yard. This is actually for stovetop cooking. It's a ceramic. That's super cool. These are actually for lighting a fire in with charcoal and putting those in your house to keep your house warm. This one has a thing to keep the burning contained. And this is the coolest thing so far, an old pickling crock with the lid. We had several of these 10-gallon ones back in Louisiana. This one looks like a 5-gallon, but it's a little small for commercial use, but we will definitely be putting it to work. Today's schedule is to get through this little section here. Seems doable, but we'll see.
I just wanted to take a little moment to talk about the dust that we've been dealing with. It's just different from any other dust that I've cleaned before. When you're sweeping up the garage, if you do it forcefully or if you do it very lightly, it just turns into a giant dust cloud and then resettles everywhere, and it's very heavy and sticks to things. And we were realizing that it's coming from the plaster of the traditional Japanese style. Hey buddy! We have a swallow that is trying to build a nest either in the garage or the house today, so we're keeping an eye on him so he doesn't stick around. Okay, so this is the remaining portion of the garage that we have yet to clean, and it's possible that we might be able to get through most or all of this today, along with this beauty right here and just a few other things.